Getting back to Over the Mass Grave, the city of tomorrow, which was written, produced over 3 decades ago, opens the gate to the energy of the new earth. When that edition was made on this film, all of a sudden I realized that here I had my father's music next to mine, my father's mysticism next to mine, and we were meeting there. The best of him, the best of me were coming together. The relationship with my parents was very, very difficult, very painful, very complex. They were both brilliant, very gifted, very good-hearted, very generous, and very wounded, because that's what being human means for most of us. We are all imperfect. In the flashback series, which is 7 books of that series, there is a thread, one of many threads, which is the relationship with my mother. Is working through it, is healing it. So that 7-book series holds a big portion of my healing that relationship. I write some about my father there, but I couldn't really go into it because it was so painful. So I thought this will remain in me as unfinished business. I will never find closure. However, when his production came into this film Over the Mass Grave, and there was that alignment of the best of both of us, all of a sudden this messy father-daughter relationship wasn't so important anymore. This here, through the film, had created a space for healing. A holistic doctor told me once that I had to meet my father, to connect to my father in my own terms. And that's how it happened. I never planned on it. It just happened. One thing led to the other to come to this realization. And that is one of the many moments that I called magical. For me, life is magical, full of synchronicities. I don't call them coincidences. For me, there's nothing is a coincidence. There are synchronicities that have led my life from one step to another, ending up in healing. Alice Warren from Gloucester wrote about Over the Mass Grave. She says, "Over the mass grave, God among us, touched my heart deeply. I wept and instantly felt especially grateful to be an American who lives in America. It reminded me of our precious freedoms here, freedoms that so much of the world, unfortunately, does not share. What a statement it makes for the dire necessity for people to be able to immigrate. Over the Mass Grave addresses so many fundamental human rights and needs. The topics are both timely and universal: wars, dictatorships, post-traumatic stress disorder, immigration conflicts, spirituality, etc. God bless Jay-Z, and God bless all of her efforts." Jay-Z was my nickname for a few years. I'm back to my real name now, Jorgelina.